Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect and the sincere Akim, pushing this word, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And the brother Mayam coming to you with a short lesson.
Said, "Where is the money going?"
Last week or last Saturday, it was one of boxing's greatest fights in the last 20 years between Earl the Truth Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. And it didn't live up to the media hype or what it was supposed to live up to, because it was a one-sided ass whipping. You know, when it was supposed to have been two elite fighters that came together and put on a great show. But one of the fighters, who was Earl the True Spence, you know, he didn't perform up to his capability of how he usually perform. And you know, they say, let me get this scripture real quick, because 1 Corinthians 2 verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. And I believe, you know, me speaking as a man, I believe that Errol Spence was went through a humiliation ritual because he spoke out against these sanctioning bodies. Now, a sanctioning body is a organization, you know, that receives money when a fighter fight for a championship belt. Now, you got the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA. You know, each one of those organizations charge 3% every time, you know, the person that hold the belts fight for a title. You know, but Earl Spence has spoke out against, you know, those sanctioning bodies taking fees from fighters, and the fighters is not, you know, reaping the benefits, you know, from all those the monies that's taken from the fights. So Earl Spence, you know, questioned where is this money going? You know, we got millions of fighters that you know that spend their lifetime fighting, and then when their career is over, they end up, you know, brain dead and broke. You know, and Spence spoke out against these organizations because they're not giving the money. They're not putting money back into the fighters' pockets. So I'm gonna show you a few clips. You know, one, we have Bernard Hopkins was a famous Philadelphia fighter who had 20 defenses, and they took 3% out of his purse for each of those 20 title defenses. And I'm gonna let the video speak.
It reminded of a modern day Bernard Hopkins. Because I haven't heard that since I said it. That to me was gangster in a positive way. And to me, that was something to say that's an independent thinker. I paid a lot of money to the IBF, having the belt for 12 years, making 20 defenses. Where is that money going? Listen, when Earl Spence said that, the first thing I said, brave, guts, and he gets it and most don't.
And you heard Bernard Hopkins say that no other fighter has ever spoke out against the sanctioning bodies and where these monies are going at. You know, in Sleazy E Kingdom, you know, when you in the spotlight and you they paying you millions of dollars to do what you do, you know you gotta keep quiet about certain things. And I believe, me speaking as a man, because Earl Spence didn't keep quiet about, you know, about the sanctioning bodies, I believe that he was drugged before the fight, and that's why the fight was so lopsided like that, and he got his ass whipped to the point where his face looked like Martin on when he played Tommy. It looked like when he fought Tommy Hearns. His face was all swolled up. I think that was a humiliation ritual that they put Spence through because he spoke out against the sanctioning bodies. And we're going to pull up a video where Spence himself is speaking out against the sanctioning bodies.
Like Russ, that will play a role at all.
Turn on my, and we gotta know where. I mean, we getting 3% to these organizations. I mean, we gotta know where this money going to. I mean, a lot of times they getting. Man, you got Canelo and Josh and all these guys, you know, making $50 million, and these bills getting 3% of that. Where's it going to? How's it helping the fighters out? What are they doing with it?
One last question from here.
Errol, what made you want to call up the sanctioning bodies today as opposed to during fight week when maybe media presence would be a little bit more?
You see? Why would the sanctioning bodies continue to have a fighter fight for them that's speaking out against, their wicked deeds, their wicked works? So I believe that, Sleazy E made drugs Earl Spence Jr. before his fight because he spoke out against the sanctioning bodies. Let me go to another video where this is how he looked before he fought.
Like Russ, that will play a role at all. Will play a role at all. It's on the fight, knowing it's gonna happen. We wait in, everything's official, and I don't feel like Russ that will play a role at all. Will play a role at all. It's on the fight, knowing it's gonna happen. We wait in there.
I've been watching boxing since the 70s, since Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, Muhammad Ali. I never saw a fighter before his fight look like he is smoking a pound of weed. So I'm going to go into one scripture and I'm going to close it out. Isaiah 59, verse 19, or 59, 15. Isaiah 59, verse 15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh for himself a prey. And because Earl the True Spence Jr. departed from evil, he made himself a prey. He spoke out against the sanctioning bodies, and the way they're robbing the boxers of money. 3% is a lot of money. When you have three belts, that's 9% of your check. That every time you fight for those 3 belts, they taking 9% of your check. It's not going into no retirement fund. It's not going into no a place where if you get hurt, it's like a pension, or they not offering up medical insurance for these fighters. They just taking the money and doing whatever they do with it. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And there ain't no judgment for these wicked Edomites, that's extorting the boxers for their money. But the Lord is going to come with healing in His wings, and place a righteous kingdom on this earth. And Sleazy E will no longer be able to rob. He would no longer be able to spoil us. So I pray and I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Shalom.